Have you ever been in a situation where you were speaking English with someone, maybe a friend, a coworker, or even a stranger, and you wanted to add one simple idea, like saying "me too" or "I like that as well," but suddenly your mind became completely confused because you didn't know whether you should say "too," "also," or "as well," and because of that confusion, you either stopped speaking or said something that didn't sound natural?
Yes, that happens to me more often than I would like to admit, because sometimes I try to use all of them in one sentence, like, I also like it too as well, and then I immediately realize that I probably made a mistake, but at that point, it's already too late.
And that is exactly why today's episode is going to be extremely helpful for you, because by the end of this lesson, you will not only understand the difference between to, also, and as well, but you will also feel confident enough to use them naturally in real conversations without hesitation. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our English Learning Podcast, where we focus on helping you speak English more naturally, more confidently, and more fluently through real-life conversations and practical examples that you can actually use in your daily life.
Hi everyone, I'm Henry, and I'm really happy to be here with you today because this topic is something that I personally struggled with for a long time, and I know that many English learners experience the same kind of confusion when trying to choose between similar words.
In today's episode, we are going to explore this topic in a very clear and simple way, and by the end, you will be able to clearly understand the difference between to, also, and as well, use them correctly in both casual and more formal conversations, avoid common mistakes that many learners make, and express your ideas more naturally and smoothly in English.
And the best part is that we are not just going to explain the rules, we are going to practice together through stories, conversations, and role plays that feel like real life.
Before we continue, I want to ask you a simple but very important question that will help you start thinking about today's topic more deeply. Which sentence do you think sounds the most natural? A, I like coffee also. B, I also like coffee. C, I like coffee too.
Honestly, when I first learned English, I thought all of them were exactly the same, so I used them randomly without really understanding the difference.
That's completely understandable, and if you feel the same way, don't worry at all, because by the end of this episode, you will clearly understand when and how to use each one. Take a moment to think about your answer and write it in the comments below. Let me share a short but very realistic story that shows why this topic is so important in everyday communication. A few years ago, I had a student who traveled to another country, and one day he went into a small cafe where he wanted to order both a cup of coffee and a slice of cake, so he tried to express that idea in English. He said, I want coffee and I want cake also too. The waiter smiled politely, but there was a moment of confusion because the sentence sounded unnatural.
I can imagine that situation very clearly, because the meaning is understandable, but the structure feels a little bit strange.
Exactly, and that's the key point. His English was not wrong in meaning, but it was not natural in structure, and that is what we are going to fix today.
Let's begin with to, which is one of the most common and easiest words to use when you want to add information or agree with someone in a conversation. To is usually placed at the end of a sentence, and it is commonly used in casual and friendly situations. Detailed examples. I really enjoy drinking coffee in the morning because it helps me feel more awake and focused, and I enjoy drinking tea in the evening too because it helps me relax after a long day. She decided to join the English class because she wanted to improve her speaking skills, and her best friend decided to join too, so they could practice together. I am planning to travel next year because I want to experience new cultures, and I hope you can come with me too, so we can share that experience together.
Now let's move on to also, which is slightly more formal and is usually placed before the main verb in a sentence. This structure helps your sentence sound more organized and clear, especially in professional or written communication. Detailed examples. I enjoy learning English because it allows me to communicate with people from different countries, and I also enjoy learning about different cultures through language. She works as a teacher during the day, and she also studies online at night because she wants to continue improving her skills and knowledge. Our company focuses on improving customer satisfaction, and we also invest in employee development to create a better working environment.
Finally, let's talk about as well, which is very similar to to, but sounds slightly more polite and a little more formal. It is usually placed at the end of a sentence. Detailed examples. I would like to order a cup of coffee, and I would like to have a piece of chocolate cake as well, because I feel like treating myself today. She is responsible for managing the team, and she handles client communication as well, which requires strong organizational and communication skills. We are planning to visit several cities during our trip, and we are thinking about exploring some smaller towns as well, to experience local culture more deeply.
Let's now look at how these words are used naturally in small talk, which is a very important part of everyday English communication. Example 1. I really enjoy watching movies in my free time, especially when I feel tired and just want to relax at home after a long and busy day.
That's interesting, because I really enjoy watching movies too, especially action movies that have exciting stories and strong characters.
Example 2. I will attend the meeting tomorrow because I need to present my ideas about the new project.
That's great, because I will also attend the meeting, and I'm looking forward to hearing your ideas and sharing my own thoughts as well.
I am responsible for managing multiple projects at the same time, and I also coordinate with different departments to make sure everything runs smoothly. I usually respond to emails and communicate with clients during the day, and I handle internal meetings and planning discussions as well. I focus on completing my daily tasks efficiently, and I try to support my team members too, especially when they need help with difficult assignments. If you sometimes feel confused about when to use to, also, or as well, please remember that this is a very normal part of learning English, and even advanced learners make small mistakes from time to time.
Yes, and from my experience, I have learned that the most important thing is not to be perfect, but to keep practicing and speaking, because confidence comes from using the language regularly.
Let's review everything you've learned today clearly and simply. To, used at the end of a sentence in casual conversation. Also, used before the main verb, slightly more formal. As well, used at the end, more polite and slightly formal.
I feel much more confident now because I finally understand how to use these words correctly in different situations, and I believe that with more practice, I will be able to use them naturally without thinking too much.
That's wonderful to hear, and to everyone watching, remember that learning English is a journey that takes time, patience, and consistent practice, so don't give up even if you make mistakes along the way.
If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this lesson with your friends who are also learning English.
We will see you in the next episode, where we will continue helping you improve your English step by step, naturally and enjoyably.
See you next time, and keep practicing.
Bye, everyone!